Hello guys, Shadow Dragon here and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm actually doing something slightly different and welcome to the first ever how-to on this channel. So today we're going to be building a melon and pumpkin farm. This works for all editions of the game and that's for Java or Bedrock, whatever console you've got, and it works I think from 1.13 and above. So here's all the stuff you'll need, especially if you're building a mass farm like I have on my world. But we're going to start off by just showing you how to build a very simple one. So you'll want a chest there, and then coming out the back of that chest you want to place yourself a hopper, just like that. And then you want to place yourself a rail on top of that hopper. And there we go, and then you want to grab yourself a minecart hopper and then place that on top. Now this is a very basic design and you've got to make sure that you're facing so that your Z coordinates are going up and down. This is very crucial for placing the rail later when we build the mass farm. So you can actually make this however big you want, but it's very important you make it face like that, otherwise it will be extremely hard when you're building it in a massive way like I have on my world. So just going to put some hoe dirt up there like that as well, and we're going to put blocks on either side so mine can't fall off. Now obviously you can't get hoe dirt in survival, so you're actually going to have to get yourself a hoe and hoe it. And I'll show you the, let's do that in the bigger one. So the seeds go there, and then we actually just want to make this normal dirt, and there we go. So we're just going to come up here, and then we are just going to bone mill this until it grows, there we go. And then we're just going to place a observer up here, which is going to detect this plant whenever it grows. And then if we come down here, you want to place a piston just off the side of that like this. There we go. So now what will happen is, actually you can't do that, can you? What will happen is, as you can see just there, I haven't put the redstone on top yet, so I'll just show you in a minute. But if I now put the redstone on top, as I was saying, what happens is, this plant grows, the observer detects it with his face, sends off a redstone tick into this piston, pushes it down, crushes the melon or pumpkin, depending on what you plant, and it falls down into this hopper minecart, which falls into the hopper, goes into the chest. Very simple, very easy, can be slightly laggy depending on how many pistons you use, so you've got to be mindful of how big you're going to make this thing. And again, if you're making this thing bigger like I am right now, obviously you're going to need more blocks, more redstone, more observers. And I think it's however many blocks you're using for the base, you need to halve that and do half pistons and half observers, because we're going to use those for the top. So I'm actually doing a 10x10 platform, which is actually slightly smaller than the one on my world, because the one in my world is a 45x45 area, I believe. And you want to make sure that this is actually a area that can divide by 2, because otherwise you won't be able to get the edge rail around. So you want a board around the edge like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place some stairs here. Now these can be slabs or glass, depending on what you want to use to make it look better. I'm just using stairs for this example. And then we're just going to come in and place the rails in like this. So we're going to place 2 on top of the hoppers, just like that, and then we're going to come over here and place 2 there, and then we're just going to fill this whole thing in. So we can have it running down like this, and then round the outside we're going to have another track that goes up like this. So then we're going to have squiggles that go up and down, so the minecart can run up and down. And when you're building this, you want to make sure that you actually test out the minecart to make sure it does go around. And that's how we're going to do this right now. So you actually want to go in and place some redstone blocks, because obviously right now, if you just put it on here, it's going to stop because it hasn't got the power or velocity to go around. So what we're going to do is place in some redstone blocks, and then so every other rail, and then on top of those we're going to place some powered rail. Like I said, it has to face this way, otherwise the powered rail will face the other way and connect up with the other tracks. It will be really annoying and you have to build a farm a different way. There we go, and then we're actually just going to come over here and place some more, just so you can get round. So you can experiment if you're making the farm bigger. Like I said, you're going to need more redstone blocks and more powered rails to make the minecart go round, but experiment on your own if you're making it smaller or bigger. This is approximately what you need for a 10 by 10, I think, but as you can see the minecart goes all the way around. And then we want to come in and start placing our dirt. So you can actually just tap on the rail and it will place a block above it, because the rail technically counts a block. So we're going to fill this area in all the way above the minecart track, just like this. Almost there. It's done. As you can see, it's actually turning to dirt because I have the tick speed really high up, which I did earlier to show that the melon does actually grow and the observer detects it and breaks it. Now you want to go to the center and place those water blocks in the stairs like that, and then you want to make a diagonal pattern, sort of like a checkerboard pattern with your hoe. I really like the sound of the hoe hoeing the dirt in Minecraft. Does anyone else like that? And then you're going to want to place your melon pumpkin seeds, and then just like you saw there, you want to place your observers above each of the stalks or stems, depending on what you want to call them, like we did in the demonstration. Then neat little trick is with water or elytra, you can actually fly in or swim in, because in Java there's this neat little trick where you can crawl in a 1x1 block, but in Bedrock you have to swim or fly to do that. And we've just done that to place the pistons, and it makes it a lot easier, especially if you've done what I've done here, is what because what I've done here is actually place the rail before I've placed any of the pistons. What I did on my actual world was place all the pistons and observers before I placed the rail, but you can do it either way around depending on how you want to do it. We're just going to fill the top with redstone so that all the observers can detect the things growing, and then all the pistons can smash the melons and pumpkins. There we go, like that. As you can see, there is actually 4 blocks covering up the water blocks, because you don't actually need pistons or observers there because they're not going to break anything. And then you're pretty much done. What you can do is, if you're going to build this inside, you see this block gap that's around the edge of your actual layer where the pumpkin and melon is going to grow. You can put a light source. Easiest one to get, I'd say, is jack-o'-lanterns. All you need is torch and a carved pumpkin, so it's pretty easy to get, but you can use different blocks depending on what build style you're going for. And instead of making it bigger, you can actually stack this farm, which I think is really cool. So all you need to do is just build chests up like this, and then you can put some hoppers in between so it filters down into one big chest, or you can have it filter into a massive storage system. I'll show how to do droppers and water systems in another video, but do hit like if you want to see that, and also let me know down in the comments what other tutorials you'd like to see following on from this. Right, so we're just going to break that chest and actually have some hoppers here, and then we're going to have hoppers coming out the back of those hoppers there. There we go. That's all done, and then obviously you just start building in like this. Not like that. Obviously got the crouch place this, otherwise in place, but you can just start building again like that, and then you've got your second layer. So obviously you actually have to move those stairs. What I've done there is put the hopper into the stairs, which is wrong. You'll have to remove those stairs so it actually goes in the chest. But as you can see, it's already working. This melon has just disappeared, because I imagine they've just been picked up by the minecart hopper. And anyway, thank you so much for watching. That is the food tutorial done. I hope you really enjoyed, and if you want to see more tutorials, like I said, let me know in the comments what you want to see. Also leave a like and let me know once you want to see more, and don't forget to subscribe as you won't miss out on my series that I'm doing. But anyway, goodbye.